Hi there. Today we're talking about public accusations, public prosecutions, understanding the mob, cancel culture, and the provocatio ad populum. Now, cancel culture is something that has been discussed a lot over the last 5, 10 years, and the word woke has come up quite a bit as well. Because the concept is that if you're not awoke or alive to how the system works based on racial grounds and other grounds of privilege or lack of privilege by some people, then you're part of the problem. And to varying degrees, you should be cancelled, apparently, or ignored. Now, being ignored or shunned is an ancient concept, I suppose, or exiled in some way, and it's still used today in some communities for public shunning. So, which I won't go into. But cancel culture is a sort of variant of that, uncodified version of that, I suppose, being cancelled to varying degrees based on what you said, or what you've done, or not said and not done as well, and that being out of step with what some people think is the public morality, public trust, so on, so forth. Now, this hits politicians most because if they do something wrong that's considered to be blameworthy or could open them up to compromise and blackmail or whatever else, then even though it may not be illegal, people think they should step down. And often you see a big catch cry in the press for that. So it happens most to politicians, I think it's fair to say, rightly or wrongly. But cancel culture has spread to other people, especially with social media, where you can publish your thoughts and statements publicly and people can access them and judge them. We've got quite the 24/7 jury system of people giving their judgments on other people's pronouncements, public pronouncements, almost like the Circus Maximus, a gigantic public global Circus Maximus. So all of us are thumbs up, thumbs down to people saying this, that, or the other. Now, there's a couple of interesting historical points about this. Firstly, in Magna Carta 1215, one of the key parts of Magna Carta, to paraphrase it, is that justice mustn't be denied or delayed or sold, and that people cannot be deprived of their life, property, or standing, or anything else, basically, except by lawful judgment of their peers. Now, Twitter is not lawful judgment of your peers. That this is key to where the rule of law comes from. It has to be proper legal judgment by your peers, right? So cancel culture offends the Magna Carta, which has granted us all freedom to the best of its ability. But cancel culture also it's a strange sort of form of something the Roman Republic had called the provocatio ad populum, which was enshrined in 509 BC in Rome by the Lex Valeria Provocatio, whereby if you had a judgment against you, a sentence of death or a beating, you could appeal to one of the three assemblies, the military assembly or the consultia plebis or the consultia tribata, I think the tribes, one of the three, to say, look, we got this judgment, we don't like it. Now, you could almost say that this is sort of a first initial Western standardized appellate system where you can appeal from a magistrate, as the Romans had it, obviously not borrowing, but getting direct from the Etruscans, because the Romans were the Latin Etruscans. They weren't actually Roman at all. Rome is an Etruscan word, and don't get me started on the Etruscans, but the Etruscans basically created Rome. That's just the reality. Most of Rome was Etruscan and all Greek. Anyway, the point was that if you didn't like a judgment, especially important judgment from the magistrate in Rome, from 509 BC onwards, you could appeal to one of the three assemblies and have the opinion overturned. And it's sort of strange because we've sort of got almost a reverse system now, which is that if people are unhappy with the legal system, they think it's too slow, they think it's not moral enough, so on and so forth, not responsive enough. And so people try to appeal to the public assembly, the digital public assembly, I suppose, of everyone for their thoughts. Well, that's the provocatio ad populum, but in an unrestrained way. Okay? That's more like a mob approach because anyone can put their hand up and sort of have an opinion on it without all the facts, so on and so forth. It's a very open way to do it, but I don't think it's a good way at all. So look, cancel culture is interesting, but it's highly problematic because it offends Magna Carta and it also offends the concept that the Roman Republic had for going to the public to overturn a magistrate's opinion. Okay, and the point was you didn't go to the entire Roman populace, you went to one of the people's assemblies, which was like an appellate court, but with a whole heap of people there who just voted on it. And the point about it is that that's not really how social media works. It's not standardized like the Roman Republic had it with their Provocatio Populum. And because cancel culture offends Magna Carta, I think people need to cool it when it comes to social media cancel culture. Anyway, tell me what you think. Thanks.